Hey, what's happening to you guys? Pyros here and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to give you guys my thoughts and opinion on Digimon Survive. The creators or the developers released a 50 minutes dev diary giving us an insight as to what led up to the development of Digimon Survive. And the more I watched the video, the more I was really impressed with the amount of attention, the amount of dedication that the developers are going into creating Digimon Survive. And they talked about how they've been trying to get Digimon into obviously the Western world, which is Europe and America, and also mentioned about the petitions. Now, I know we like to joke about petitions not really working for anything, like, when we see a change.org, we always laugh at it, or laugh at the idea of it, but sometimes, in those small instances, those change.org petitions actually can make a difference, and that is one of the main reasons as to why the developers for Digimon decided to actually try and pull over some of the games over to the Western market. Now, they talked a little bit about Digimon Survive and some of the kind of ideas that they went with the game. So they decided to go with a traditional tactical RPG style gameplay as opposed to the newer generation type of game, which I personally found to be okay for the most part. I mean, some people do like that tactical, turn-based strategy game. Wow. But some people don't, but that's fine as it is. But for me personally, from what I saw from the gameplay, from the screenshots and all that stuff, it really does look pretty good. They also talked about that decision for going for a more 2D illustrative artistic style essentially. So they're not going for the 3D point of view because they wanted to tap into the Digimon adventure community, if you want to call it that. People who grew up watching the Digimon anime essentially. So that's me essentially. They got me. That's why I'm so interested in this game, because the art style and just the vibe behind it really captivated how I always imagined playing a Digimon game would be like. The interaction between you and your Digimon, the bond that you'll create with them, and obviously the decisions that you make will impact the way that the Digimons will react to the world. Now, there was one aspect that I really liked, is that when you're playing and you're fighting and you're doing all that stuff, the Digimons in the battlefield, when you're fighting against other enemies and things of that nature, they will digivolve on their own. Now, and some people may not like that. Some people would like to control the Digimon and to let them transform when they need to, but it adds another element of energy management, because you can actually keep them from transforming, but if you let them be and you just position them according to how you want to place them in the battlefield, they will end up digivolving on their own, which is pretty interesting. And the digivolution that they'll choose will be based on how you've interacted with those Digimon throughout the time, the decisions that you'll make, who you want to, preserve, I guess, and who you want to let go. So you know what I'm saying? I'm saying who you want to save, who you want to kill. I think it's a pretty interesting concept. That's why I really like this game. It's the options. Like, there could be multiple endings in this game that can lead up to a multitude of scenarios. And obviously, like, I'm always a huge fan of Pokemon, but sometimes there's something about Digimon that just is different. It's unique. It does things that Pokemon just won't do, and from the vibe that I've been getting for Digimon Survive, it has a lot more maturity behind it, if you know what I'm saying. They're actually dealing with that. And obviously Digimons can talk and Pokemon can only say their names. But yeah, overall, like, I'm really happy that Bandai Namco hasn't forgotten about the game, because we've heard next to nothing about Digimon Survive, and this dev diary gave us a little bit more of an insight as to what's going on. It just looks pretty good, just sounds good essentially, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more about Digimon Survive. I'm gonna see if I can cover this game a lot more often, because I really am interested in this game. It really just brings back that old school Digimon adventure vibe that I've been missing for such a long time. I know we have the Digimon world and the Digimon story and all that different variation of the Digimon games, and I have played them and I really do enjoy them, but for some reason, I don't know, like, I haven't been able to get into Digimon story or Digimon world. I mean, I've played them and I've enjoyed them, but I haven't been able to get into them. But this one is I think this one might be the one where I actually feel like every decision that I'll make will have an impact. I'll actually end up caring about the characters. People might actually get killed if I don't make the right decision. My Digimons. This is something also that really drew my interest. My Digimons will evolve depending on how I treat them. Because let's face it. we've always wondered if we had our own Digimon. So for me, I've always been a Digimon fan. Like if I ever had to choose one Digimon, it would be Digimon. I've always wondered if I raise my Digimon based on my own personality, will it evolve according to the way I want them to? So from Digimon to Growlmon, or from Growlmon to, you know, whatever other variation that he has, or will it evolve differently? And I feel like with the other Digimon games, you can actually obviously use statistics and use the right items to get the Digimon that you want. But with this game, Digimon Survive, it's all about survival. So you don't get to choose what version your Digimon is going to evolve to. You have to adapt and just utilize whichever version they'll evolve to and just, you know, deal with it. I think that's, you know, actions and consequences of things of that nature. But anyways, that's just my thoughts and opinion on it. Let me know what you guys think. I'm Paris, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.